Welcome to the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, where we take a look at some of the awesome news and reveals of this week. First up on the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, we have a look at some Star Wars reissues that went live today on Pulse and Fan Channel, and that is that of the Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars The Clone Wars in her Padawan outfit from the Black Series. And then we got a look at the Black Series Legends comic version of Sergeant Kilo, I think is how you say it. Both went live for pre-order today. The links are in the description down below, along with anything else that's available this week in the Wednesday Warrior. Really cool opportunity for people to get these figures. I already own both of them, and they both are really incredible. So if you're a Clone Wars fan or a Legends fan, these are definitely good for you. And over in Transformers news, we have a look at quite a few Transformers offerings thanks to the Studio Series Transformers Tuesday live stream that was yesterday. And we got a look at the Megatron that was very waited for, is the Studio Series 86 Megatron. It went live everywhere, sold out on Pulse, but it is still available at several other places like Amazon and I believe BBTS and Entertainment Earth. Something we didn't know when they were talking about everything, they didn't tell us this, but leader classes went up to $60 from $55, so it looks like that's the price going forward on them. It just means that I'm hoping that we'll see more engineering in leader classes and get more interesting characters, because the price points aren't really a size thing as much as they are a parts count and accessory count and detail we can get in the characters. We also got Grimlock reissued finally for people who missed out on it the first time around. And then we got Voyager Mixmaster and Voyager War for Cybertron Thundercracker, finishing the trio of the Gamer Jet Seekers. We got a Deluxe class, I believe it was Scavenger. I think it's either Scavenger or Scrapper. I think we already got Scrapper. I think it's Scavenger, or vice versa. I always mix the two of their names up. And then we got Deluxe Class Transformers 1 Starscream, which they did say they were going to try to do the rest of the jets, but instead of just a paint difference, there is some parts differences, but they are going to try to get them out there for us. We also got a Deluxe Class Widowmaker from the concept art Age of Extinction. And then we got a look at a Comic-Con debut of the Heart of Steel, Bumblebee, and Megatron, which I think we've talked about before when it was shown off at the Florida convention that Hasbro went to. But now they're going to show it off at Comic-Con and have it on site in limited quantities, and then available online afterwards. And then they're going to start probably revealing during either PulseCon or 1027 the next assortment, or maybe we'll see it at Comic-Con. That'd be cool to see what the next one is, but this will be, like I said before, going forward, they're going to do these 4 characters: Bumblebee, Starscream, Megatron, Optimus, and different kind of like things. Apparently the next one is not any known media. It is something they're doing that is their own original idea, or Evan's original idea, so that's really cool. And then we got a look at, what was it? We got a look at 2 gray prototype slash colored, just prototypes. We got 2 prototype images here of items they showed off, that of Transformers 1 Deluxe Class Arachnid and Transformers 1, I believe it was Deluxe or Voyager Alphatron, which both look incredible, and they're not even finished yet. The engineering in them looks amazing. And then we have 2 other items to talk about. One we've talked about for a while, that is the Shield D Prime. This is just an update that it is available on Pulse now. And that there was a price adjustment, that it is only $300, not $450 or whatever it was that was going for on TF Source and Big Bad Toys and Entertainment Earth a while back. They actually all changed their price to the $299. And a lot of people are like, that's kind of expensive. Is that a Titan class? It's more of like a Masterpiece scale Optimus size, but it has apparently moving parts. The jaw will move up and down. There's lights and LEDs. Which is kind of cool, so it kind of adds on to the cost, because at first I was like, it must just be that because Diaclone, which we'll talk about in just a moment, is a bit of an expensive toy line, whereas Zoids is kind of still kind of expensive, and then Transformers, you know, but this is a Masterpiece Transformer, Zoids, and Diaclone kind of item, so it is a bit heftier in price, but it will have like a moving parts and light up and stuff like that, so there's a little bit of the cost kind of comes from that, I think. And then finally, Diaclone is celebrating their 10th anniversary of their new Diaclone toy line they've been doing, which is what's being contributed to the Shield D Prime. So for the 10th anniversary, they're doing a kind of fun little item that at first, when I saw it posted on fan pages, I thought it was a joke, but it is legit. It is the Diaclone logo slash, you know, when they do the whole emblem on the side of the packaging for Diaclone toys, it is the logo turned into a toy. So it's the head and shoulders of the Diaclone logo with the word Diaclone on it, and then some little Diaclone pilots that come around it that are holding weapons. And it will be able to be reserved soon. No links yet for it. This is just news about it coming out. I think this is a really cool thing if you're a Diaclone. If you're a Transformers fan, you want something kind of from Diaclone to kind of put next to it, especially if you're like Diaclone themed, you know, characters. This would be cool to have kind of in the middle of your display. It's probably going to be a bit pricey because Diaclones are pricey. I'm thinking this will probably be close to $100. Even if you buy it across seas with the shipping, it will be about $100. But it's just really cool. But yeah, that's all the Transformers and Transformers oriented things that we had to talk about this week. Very excited for all of it. Over at Mattel Creations, specifically Masters of the Universe, we've talked about both of these before, but now we have more product shots, and we have the pre-order for the female character that I'm pulling a blank on. I think it's like Warrior or something. I don't know the name off the top of my head, but she looks really cool. She is a Club Grayskull exclusive, so you need to pay the $10 to get her, so it's about $30 afterwards because it's a $20 figure. And then there is more images of the Fright Zone, which I believe is coming out in the first week of July, so not too long from now. It will have a pre-order window. It doesn't look like it will be like sold out if you miss it, but it will have a pre-order window, and I'm very excited for this one to go. You know, I don't collect Master Universe, but I know I have a lot of friends who collect Master Universe who will enjoy this set because it is definitely a classic. Now we're just waiting for the slime pit, hopefully. And in the same vein of things, but more oriented to San Diego Comic-Con, the San Diego Comic-Con Mattel exclusives just keep rolling out, and we have quite a few to show off here. First up is the Jaws Hot Wheels set and the Back to the Future Hot Wheels set, which are little scene sets, which are awesome. I love when Hot Wheels does this during Comic-Con. They're really cool looking. Then we got a look at the John Cena with all his different champion belts and just a lot of cool accessories. I think it's crazy that this one will be coming at Comic-Con around the same time Walmart will be shipping out and putting out the Invisible John Cena. So lots of awesome John Cena collectibles out there right now for the WWE and the wrestling fans out there. And then we got a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X Masters of the Universe. I believe it is Shredder with his like awesome throne. Really cool looking. This is something that's really more of an exclusive in my opinion because it's something that we already got, but you know, more used up with more accessories and stuff like that. That could be an exclusive for people to get if they want a variant looking one. And then we got a look at the Deadpool Little People Taco Farmer Deadpool set. Really cute looking. And then finally, something I'm very excited about and I'm hoping I can get my hands on is the Jurassic Park set. And this set is awesome. There's so many details I could go on about it, but it is the Hammond Collection T-Rex, I believe, but done up in green this time around with a little T-Rex man, one of those inflatable cosplay T-Rex suits with a bag from Comic-Con and then some swag, and then the exclusive comes within the exclusive. So the character's holding the box set that he's in, which is really fun. So you can take your exclusive, you can keep, you know, a little exclusive with your action figures and stuff like that. And there's just all kinds of other little things here and there. And the box itself looks like the Comic-Con Convention Center, which is really awesome. So I'm very excited for that one. I feel like that one might be a little tricky to get, but I'm going to try my hand at it when they go up on Mattel Creations, because I don't know if in person I'm going to be able to score these, because the Mattel booth is a little tricky to go to when it comes to the shopping side of things. But yeah, just some awesome Comic-Con exclusives. And following up the third week of the Target Collector Con, we have a look at the third week is WWE wrestling figures. So it is the Mattel wrestling figures, I believe, of different characters that I feel bad that I don't know off the top of my head. But if you're a wrestling fan, this week was for you. First week was a lot of Hasbro, second week was a lot of McFarlane, this week was wrestling, so I'm excited to see what next week will be, because I believe we have 1 or 2 more weeks of this, which is really awesome. Usually they do sets of 5 when they do these geek outs or events for the fans, so really excited to see what's next. But really awesome wrestling figures for the wrestling fans out there. I'm sure these will hit store shelves rather soon, if they're not already, because a lot of these exclusives, I've been hearing people are finding certain things like the McFarlane stuff or the Transformers or Star Wars stuff. Some people have already found them. Some of them, you know, are pre-orders for the way out, so we'll see. And over at S.H.Figuarts, we have some news for a rumored and now officially shown Marvel X-Men, Marvel Capcom Gamerverse figures. And first up, we have a look here at a Cyclops. So this is one of the more popular characters when it comes to Marvel vs. Capcom. You see Cyclops and Captain America a lot on the covers and everywhere. You got your Boy Scouts, as they would say. And then you got Wolverine and Spider-Man and Venom and stuff like that. So to kind of, get people excited, they are doing Cyclops first. Looks incredible. The effects are incredible. He's got his power attack on a little card that you can use and stuff like that. I'm hoping this means we'll see a Venom in this line. We'll hopefully see a Captain America and a Wolverine, maybe a Psylocke, other characters, but hopefully we'll get more news at Comic-Con this next month, because I'm very excited to see what they do. I'm kind of okay with my Marvel Legends ones, especially with them all coming out right now and having some pre-existing characters already, but this is really cool looking. There's a lot of cool images of it. If you're an S.H.Figuarts fan, you like that super articulated, this is definitely for you. I'm excited to see who they do. I'm hoping this might mean that I don't think they have the rights to Capcom characters, so probably won't see that. Or maybe they do, I don't know. I know we have Storm Collectibles doing Street Fighter and Jetta toys, and I haven't gained the Jetta toy characters as they've come out that I want to go against my Marvel characters. So maybe S.H.Figuarts is also going to dip their toe into Street Fighter characters. But the fact that they're calling it Marvel Gamerverse S.H.Figuarts characters makes me think that if they had Capcom, they would have just called it the Marvel vs. Capcom assortment. So hey, that's okay. This is just awesome to see. And from S.H.Figuarts to MAFEX, which is another awesome import collectible figure line of 1/12 scale figures, we have a look at quite a few figures this week. First up, ones that went up for pre-order already are the Terminator and John Carter 2-pack from T2, and then the I always forget the name of it, but was it the T800 or the T900? I can't remember what it was. The cop that chases after them in the movie. All three of those went up for pre-order, or technically two, because one's a 2-pack. Available on BBTS, I believe, and Entertainment Earth and other import delivery fan channel figure sites. Really cool looking. But then we also got a bunch of event exclusive or MAFEX exhibit event exclusives. I don't know the exact where they're going to be. I'm hoping they'll be at Comic-Con because they look really cool, especially this Scarlet Spider. Really liking it. I like the different head designs. I like the accessories, the coloring. It looks incredible. And then we also got a Batman and a Homelander. And this is their Homelander, but covered in gore, which is really cool looking. But yeah, really awesome MAFEX figures that hopefully we'll see more about at conventions in the future. Over at Loyal Subjects, they revealed their Comic-Con exclusives, and they didn't just reveal them, they also pre-ordered them. So if you wanted to, you could buy them if you weren't going, or you're going and you didn't want to buy them on site. And we got quite a few items. The one thing that stuck out to me was the pin set that came with masks and My Pet Monster and Gem and the Holograms and all the other things they're doing. They had Gem and the Holograms 2-pack of dolls. They had a My Pet Monster, My Buddy and Me, just all kinds of cool exclusives. As you can see here, went up Strawberry Shortcake stuff, Teletubby stuff. So this stuff will be available at the show and online right now if you want to pick it up. There is a rumor that Mask will be revealing something on the 26th of June, so we might see an exclusive there or more information on it. So I'm very excited, and I will definitely be covering it next week. And in Jetta toy news, we have some awesome Mega Man figures that were revealed a while back, and now their pre-orders are finally up. That of the Deluxe Mega Man, which looks incredible. It comes with a little minion monster. And then we got Woodman, which comes with one of his effects, and then we also got Bubble Man, which comes with one of his bubble effects. So these are really incredible looking figures. I'm very excited for them. I'm looking forward to hopefully getting I don't know about the Mega Man. I already have the basic Mega Man, but this one is so nice, and it comes with the unhelmeted head, that I'm kind of tempted to buy this and maybe sell the other one just to have this one as my Mega Man in my collection. But there's some more Mega Man news that might change my mind depending on scaling in just a moment after this, because there's a lot of Mega Man news this week. But yeah, these three figures are available on Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toys. If you want to pick them up, those are the two places I know of. I'm sure other websites have them too, their fan channels. I'm just very excited to see that we're getting more Mega Man figures, because I believe this is only Wave 3. Wave 2 has already come out, and Wave 1 has been around for a bit now, so it's fun to see. We already know of a lot of figures they're coming out with, same with Street Fighter and Scooby-Doo and other things that we're excited for from Jetta Toys. They gave us a lot of sneak peeks at things that won't be coming for a while, so we're pretty much booked when it comes to Jedi toys, and I'm sure we'll see more at Comic-Con this year when it comes to like the cereal brands and these other brands like Mega Man and Street Fighter and Scooby-Doo and whatever else they decide to make. I'm very excited for it. Like I said, there's more Mega Man news. Not a lot when it comes to this one, but just the news from it. Blockies, who's been doing the Transformers and Ultraman and Sesame Street and Marvel ones, but specifically the Transformers ones that have been really popular, just got the license to do Mega Man. So we're going to be seeing Mega Man Blockies. So this will be really awesome. I'm very excited for it as a Mega Man fan to see what they can do, because Blockies, they can throw out an assortment of 9 characters like that in a matter of seconds with one of their littler waves. And then if they do their more elite figures like the Transformers ones, we could see 2 or 3 at a time. So I'm excited to see what they were given the rights to make, because sometimes, you know, some companies are like, oh no, we get 6-inch, or oh no, we get, you know, 3-inch, so that's our thing, so we bought the rights to do that scale. So I'm curious to see what they're going to be doing, because they've been doing an incredible job with the Transformer stuff. I bought in quite a bit of it myself, so I'm excited to see what they might offer for Mega Man here. And over in NECA toy news, NECA came out with a TMNT figure this week, and it is that of the last Ronin, and I'm sure I'm going to ruin this, Casey Marie, and baby Udo and Uno? I don't know. I feel bad. I haven't read too much of the last Ronin comics, so I don't know too much of what's going on. I think this is like the later wave. I remember reading the first couple issues of the first one. I might have even finished it, but it's been a while now. But these are some more characters to fill out your last Ronin roster. I guess this goes with the April O'Neil they did a while back, the Grandma O'Neil. So you can have your baby turtles and all that stuff, which is really cool. This went up on NECA.com, BBTS, and I believe Entertainment Earth if you want to pick it up. I do have the NECA link down in the description down below, but I know that there's been some, you know, they did the NECA exclusives a while back, and I just skipped them for Comic-Con, because there was so much extra on it due to reasoning. So there might be some extra on it if you buy it from the NECA site. So you might want to look at BBTS, but because it's a pre-order, there might be extra on it later on too. Besides that, really awesome looking figure, really cool, you know, baby turtle characters. Baby characters always sell, like baby Grogu, baby Groot, baby turtles. Does great. So this is a really awesome little box set if you want to pick it up and fill out your last Ronin roster. And over at Mondo Toys, this is a quick one, just a few seconds. We're showing off the image of the upcoming Cowboy Bebop figure from Mondo Toys. So they're really trying to draw me in when it comes to my nostalgia for things like the Spider-Man animated series, Masters of the Universe. Now they're trying to do it with Cowboy Bebop, but I gotta be strong, because my wallet's gotta be strong, really. And not get too excited about things like this. But, you know, knowing Mondo Toys, it looks like there's some soft goods there. I'm sure it will come with a ton of cool accessories. There'll probably be some exclusive accessories in an early pre-order release. It just looks really cool, and I wanted to cover it real fast because I love this little sneak peek they're giving us, and I'm sure we'll see more later on. And over at McFarlane, it is a bit of a small news week, because most of the stuff, we got so much last week and the week before, I believe, that this week we only have a little bit to talk about. First up is that we have the first appearance Wonder Woman and Superboy pre-orders. They are coming in the first week of July. I believe it's like July 2nd or July, I think it's July 2nd is when they're going to go for pre-order. So you can get Wonder Woman right before 4th of July if you want to. Looks really incredible. We also got to look at some other figures and their packaging shots now of the Kingdom Come Superman. And then some other characters, I think even a variant of this Superboy. So really cool stuff coming out of McFarlane through fan channels, talking about stuff and showing off stuff that they're getting at their stores already. So it's just really awesome stuff, you know, enjoying McFarlane's DC stuff while we can before it goes to Mattel. There's always more stuff that they're putting out, and I'm surprised because I know that, you know, at some point they're going to be like, this is the last pre-order, and it'll be heartbreaking, but we've had a long run with McFarlane when it comes to DC, and I think there was a lot of cool stuff they showed off and tons of stuff to cover, and I'm excited to see what other things they're going to be doing when it comes to gaming stuff like the Fallout and Mortal Kombat and Diablo and other stuff. So, and then movie stuff and, you know, their own stuff with Spawn and other Image Comics stuff. So I'm really excited to see what they show off this year. And in Super 7 toy news, specifically the G.I. Joe Reaction Plus line, we got a sneak peek at Joe Fest, which we'll be talking about some more later, when it comes to exclusives for our Comic-Con. They're going to be doing an exclusive Serpentor and Bat, which you can see here, which look really cool. But we also got 4 new pre-orders with a Cobra Lee, I believe it is, a Guard, a Flint, and then a Jinx. And then we also got a Once a Man Cobra Commander in the Reaction Plus line. All look really incredible. If you are an O-Ring fan and you want to, to collect that kind of stuff, this is your chance to get it, since Hasbro's kind of been pulling back. I'm hoping this year at Comic-Con we'll see a new Transformers X G.I. Joe vehicle, and we'll see another group of O-Ring characters come into the line from Hasbro. But I feel like they're definitely cutting back on stuff when it comes to it, because Super 7 is doing this Reaction Plus line. I want to see more Micronauts when it comes to this line of Reaction Plus, because that's the stuff I'm really excited about. So we'll see. Hopefully more news will come out in the coming months. And like I said, Joe Fest was just this recently, I believe this last weekend, and we got a look at quite a few items from the Big Bad Workshop. That of a Comic-Con pre-order exclusive summer tick, kind of like what they're doing with the summer NECA stuff where they're in their beach gear. We're also going to get some more characters from the tick. It looks like we're getting, I think it's Barry, who's like a different character. I think it's supposed to be like a evil version. And I'm hoping we'll get an Arthur soon, and the other characters. And then we also got to look at more of the Monster Force, and then the Eagle Force, I think it is, and just a bunch of other cool stuff. Their version of a green shirt G.I. Joe, which looks incredible. These are all, of course, 1/12 scale, but they did say, why only do 1/12 scale for one set and one and 3-inch, which is, I think, one. Oh my god, is it 1/6? I don't know, 3-inch. Why only do 3-inch for one set and 6-inch for the other? Let's just do both. So they're going to do a lot of, back and forth with characters in 3-inch and 6-inch, which is awesome. We got to look at a lot of cool characters, including this Bigfoot looking, character, which I'm very excited for, who comes with donuts, and then the optional gear for weaponry and a bandana, or just straight up Bigfoot look, which I'm very excited for. We got to look at some Rocketeer stuff, which is really cool, including a Betty Page and Rocketeer outfit. We got to look at something I'm very excited about, the Sky Captain, the World of Tomorrow action figure. Really hoping we'll see more from this, because that's really cool. We got some Rocketeer villains, including like the anti-Rocketeer, which I'm pulling a blank on the name of, and then a bunch of the villains. So, if you want to put him with Captain America and Indiana Jones to have your, trio of punching Nazi characters, you got it now. And then we got to look at just a lot of other cool stuff, including a head set of heads, which has the old flock looking Joe heads. They're not flocked, of course, but it looks like that. And I'm really excited for that to put with G.I. Joe. Hopefully these heads will work with them. If not, that's what those green shirts they're coming out with are for. So you can build out your G.I. Joe roster with these action figures from Big Bad Workshop. So really cool stuff. I wanted to cover it here because I'm always excited for when, toy companies like Fresh Monkey Fiction with Big Bad Workshop, or Mythic Legions and Four Horsemen, or the list goes on and on when it comes to like independent small toy companies who are making really cool stuff that we want. So it's just really awesome stuff here. And of course, like always in comics this week, we think look incredible. We have a look at 5 comics, I believe. First up is news from the Fallout, #1 from Image Comics, and it's the story of a trooper, a high-ranking lieutenant who was at the scene of a Nevada 1960s nuclear test that went awry, and he was the only survivor, and now he's trying to find a new place to call home. This sounds like something that might get a TV series in the future on Sci-Fi or TNT or AMC, because it just sounds really interesting. Next up, we have X-Men Demons in Death #1, and it takes Omega Red and Havoc and some other mutants, and they're doing some cool stuff, so we'll have to see. Go to your local comic shop and pick it up if it's something you're excited about. And then next up we have Mega Man Timelines #1. This is one I'm very excited about. I cannot wait to pick it up and read it. And then finally, for our last comic, we have VR Troopers #1. Now this is, I believe, the story that we got during Free Comic Book Day. This is the continuation of that story, so that was a little sampler like Free Comic Book Day does. This is the beginning of the story. This is really exciting to get VR Trooper comics. I believe it's from Boom Studio Comics. I could be wrong. It could be IDW or something else. I know the image is there, but I'm not looking at it right now as of recording. but I'm very excited for this because it falls in the same line as Power Rangers and, you know, Big Bad Beetleborg, so I'm very excited for it. So those are the comics this week we think look incredible. Like always, go to your local comic shop, pick up your saver. I know I have to do that real soon, and just have a wonderful week. And in our creative corner this week, we have a look at a awesome customizer diorama maker, that of @Leonk75, I believe, on Instagram. With some amazing customs and dioramas here. You can see this really awesome paint job on the Studio Series 86 Optimus. We have a really awesome N1 Starfighter for the Mandalorian with the awesome diorama with the Mandalorian next to it. I believe this is the Transformers one. And then some awesome Transformers customs and dioramas and other toys like this really cool Beast Wars Tigerhawk figure display kind of diorama thing that looks incredible with an amazing paint job. And then the thing that got me on their channel when I was going through it and looking for awesome stuff this week was they did the Skybound transforming van. That was the main protagonist human's van in the comic that transforms, and it looks amazing with the sword and the shield and the cool art on the side. Really exciting character in the Transformers Skybound universe, and it's cool to see a figure of it through custom. I'm hoping we see this figure in official form sometime in the future, especially with the Void Rivals Jetfire coming out of Comic-Con, but just a really amazing work on this page when it comes to Transformers and dioramas and art and all that fun stuff, and it's really great, you know, inspiration for if you're trying to make something when it comes to dioramas for your Transformers and what kind of accessories you can use and things like that. Just really cool stuff. They also did the Primes. This Megatronus looks incredible with like a black light paint kind of stuff. It just looks awesome. And then the rest of the Primes, and then Primus himself, Cybertron, just looks incredible with the paint job they did on it. Just awesome stuff. Chef's kiss. Really cool looking. I would love to have the time to do stuff like this with my Transformers. A couple of them I feel like would be really awesome in this way. We've covered other people who've done stuff like this in the past, and they're all so unique and different in their own way, and that's what I love about this fandom when it comes to customizing figures and stuff like that. Everyone has their own way of doing it, and everyone does an incredible job. So like always, if you want to follow them, the link is in the description down below for their Instagram. Give them those likes, give them those shares, give them those follows, and help them out grow. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you're feeling generous, share it. And thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.